Southern California's Emmy award-winning game show, where schools match skills and wits. KidQuiz. And here, to introduce today's participating schools is your host, Maclovio Perez.
Thank you. Thank you. Good morning and welcome to our show. This is a big one, folks. This is a serious game. This is a quarterfinal. We have returning schools that have survived the preliminary rounds, and this game should be interesting. Let me welcome back from Wittman Elementary in the city of Cerritos. We have team captain Marcy Komai. Marcy, welcome back, and please introduce us to your first round players.
To my right is Kathy Kim, and to my left is Jason Horn.
Kathy and Jason. And from the city of Burbank, we have Jefferson Elementary. We have team captain Oliver Lau. Oliver, welcome back. Please introduce us to your first round players.
To my right is Emmy, Rohwer, and to my left is Chris Grogan.
All right. Emily and Chris. Well, we welcome the teams back, and we also welcome back our judge. She is Arlene Nakamura. She's off stage. If you get a ding, it means you're right. If you get a... that means you're wrong. If you're wrong, the other team gets to hear the question. Before we start, I want to ask Jack, our announcer, to tell us about the prizes the winning school will win at the end of this season of KidQuiz. Jack?
This year, our second-place school will receive Merriam-Webster's new International Unabridged Dictionary with a beautiful hardwood table. Panasonic's Easy Programming Barcode VCR. The four-head unit lets you set time, date, and channel with the use of a barcode scanner. From Panasonic. The winning school will receive the superbly illustrated 22-volume New Book of Knowledge Encyclopedia. Accurate and up-to-date information from Grolier. The Macintosh personal computer from Apple Computer. Macintosh, a computer that provides the power to be your best. The winning school will also take home this 1990 Spring Championship trophy.
Absolutely. Want to remind our players of a few rules. Put your hands flat on the white pallet and go for the buzzer. That means knuckles got to hit the white pallet there. And go for the buzzer when you think you have the answer. All right? For 10 points, we start off with the audio questions. Here's the first one. What three colors are considered the primary? Chris.
Red, orange, and yellow.
Incorrect. Wittman. Marcy.
Red, blue, and yellow.
Red, blue, and yellow is correct for 10. All right. For 10 points, what was the name of the American folk hero who planted apple seeds? Emily.
Johnny Appleseed.
Johnny Appleseed is correct. From math, one egg represents what fraction of a dozen? Chris.
1/12.
1/12 is correct. Two parts to this. Spell and use the word outstanding. Emily.
O-U-T-S-T-A-N-G-I-N-G. She did outstanding work on her math test.
Very good for 10 points. Next one is a musical question. Let's listen in and I'll ask you the question. Is that the correct song? We have the incorrect song up there. So we're going to just dump out of the audio question and move on to the next one, because that's not what it says here. So we move on for 10 points. Here's the next one. The Bering Strait represents... Oliver.
USA and USSR.
Cannot accept for Wittman. The Bering Strait represents which two large continents? The Bering Strait separates which two large continents? Jason.
North America and Europe.
Cannot accept. Asia. What did I say? Oh, I'm sorry. Okay. It separates North America from Asia. Europe's way on the other side. All right. Let's move along for the next 10-point question. There are at least 4 different kinds of fossil fuels. Can you name one? Chris.
Natural gas.
Natural gas is correct. 410. Coal, oil, gas, and petroleum were actually once green things and dinosaurs, and now we put them in our tank, I think, to run our cars. For 10 points, the Yucatan Peninsula is located in which country? Time's up. In the country of Mexico, on the Caribbean. Multiple choice, I'll give you 3 choices. Which of these instruments would not belong to the brass group? A trombone, a saxophone, and a cello. Oliver.
Cello.
The cello is a string instrument. 410, in which country did the game of volleyball originate? Emily?
America?
The United States is accepted by the judge. For 10 points, in the U.S. and Canada, which holiday honors the working people? Oliver.
Labor Day.
Labor Day. Interestingly enough, Oliver, nobody works on Labor Day. We move along for 10 points. Tweedledee and Tweedledum were characters in what? Marcy.
Alice in Wonderland.
Alice in Wonderland. For 10. Geography. What is the capital city of Egypt? Chris. Time's up. Wittman. Marcy.
Cairo.
Cairo, the capital city of Egypt. That is the end of the audio round. Now we move to the valuable 20-point video questions. Right now the score is Jefferson leading with 70 and Wittman is at 30. Again, reminding you, watch your monitors. You watch at home. I'll show the contestants the video, wait 3 seconds, and then ask the question. You can't anticipate my question, but you know you can win big or lose depending on how the question was written. First video question for 20 is before you.
Where we've had a
2 parts.
game like we have now, and we're bigger on defense.
Give me 2 parts, Oliver.
John Elway and the Denver Broncos.
Denver Broncos for 20. Next video question, watch. Haven't read the question, Oliver.
Others Against Drunk Driving.
Is correct for 20 points. This one's from the world of arts.
Time sharpens.
Haven't read the question, Marcy.
Phantom of the Opera.
Phantom of the Opera. In Los Angeles, you can see Robert Guillaume performing The Phantom. All right, for 20 points, here's the next video one watch. These are the name of cities in what country? Oliver.
Mexico.
Mexico. And I think you can go fishing in all 3 of them. All right. We move along from current events. What local city wants to adopt Chris?
Big Bear, California.
Big Bear Lake, California. They found that little bear. They named it Coco the Bear, and they want to keep it as a mascot of the city. All right, for this one's a multiple choice. Question is, which of these figures displays a chord? Oliver.
D.
D is correct. Next video question is before you.
Save it, Christy! Well saved, Christy!
This gentleman won an Oscar for Best Actor. Give me his name. Chris.
Daniel Day-Lewis.
Very good for 20 points. The film was called My Left Foot. All right, we move along for 20. Here's the next video. Listen carefully. This sentence uses a proper adjective with a common noun. Which word should not be capitalized? Kathy.
Spaghetti.
Spaghetti is correct for 20. Next one is from current affairs in the news. Let's watch. Haven't read the question, Chris.
Hubble Space Telescope.
The Hubble. Didn't read the question. I didn't even see the video, you know. But that is the latest telescope which has been put into Earth orbit and should be able to revolutionize deep space astronomy, the Hubble telescope. We move along for 20. Here's the next one. The quote, "Give me liberty or give me death." Oliver.
Patrick Henry.
Patrick Henry. Urging a revolt from the American colonists against England. All right, for 20 points, here's the next video. The lowest point in the Western Hemisphere. Emily.
Death Valley.
Death Valley, California. That's the end of the video round. Now we move to the valuable bonus question. In the bonus question, I ask you 3 questions. First clue is like this, second clue is tighter, and the third clue pretty well gives it away. For 50 points, 30 points, or 20 points, you can buzz in at any time, but only team captains may buzz in. Team players, put your hands to the side. You may confer with each other before you answer, and for 50 points, here is the first clue. We're looking for the only New England state that does not have a sea coastline. Oliver was first.
Vermont.
Vermont is correct for 50. Vermont does not have a coastline. We'll be back with the second half of Kid Quiz after this message. Don't go away.
Kid Quiz, we'll be back.
The only thing you stand to gain by putting off joining the YMCA is weight. On the other hand, look at all you have to gain by joining. Call your local Y for information. The YMCA. Don't put it off.
If you want to be cool to hear what I say, you gotta go to school every school day.
Cause if you want a good job, there's a very simple rule. You gotta get an education, gotta go to school.
You gotta get it all together if you want to make it pay. You gotta stay in school till graduation day. So be cool, stay in school. Be cool, stay in school.
If you want to be cool, stay in school.
Woo!
The beauty and diversity of our planet is striking, but today much of it is in danger. I'm Robert Redford. At the Smithsonian, scientists study this recreation of the Everglades as one way to learn how much people, plants, and animals depend on each other. They look for new ways to save our planet, from deep in the rainforests to the coral reefs. As the Smithsonian learns more about the Earth, you can too. Begin with a visit to the Smithsonian.
Kid Quiz is back.
We're back. Thank you very much. We have a quarterfinal game going here. We're doing well. Now, we want to thank our first round players for joining us and ask them to please take their seats. Kind of feel short here. They're all taller than me. Before we begin the second round, I want to show you the 16 schools that are participating in this season of Kid Quiz. They're all Southern California schools, and there you see how we've eliminated down to the quarterfinals, and whoever wins in today's game moves on to the semifinals and then in the championship. So we're far along in our season here. We hope you'll keep watching. We'll get to the championship game very soon. So far, we want to welcome back Marcy from Wittmann. She's the team captain, and she's got 2 new second-round players. Marcy?
To my right is Chang Zhou. To my left is Michael Shea.
Chang and Michael. Nice round of applause for them. Oliver, team captain from Jefferson in the city of Burbank. We want to welcome you back and introduce us to our second rounders.
To my right is Marc Doche, and to my left is Kristin Jordan.
Mark and Kristin. So we begin our second half of the game, and as always in the second half, we begin our special question. In conjunction with Channel 2's year-long campaign to protect our planet, here's the special question. A multiple choice. The greenhouse effect on Earth is caused by too much of what in the air? Michael?
A.
A, carbon dioxide is correct. Now, chlorofluorocarbons is another major element, but all of those things that we throw up there on a daily basis are becoming a problem. We move for 10 points on, reminding team players to put your hands flat on the white palette and go for the buzzer, and do not answer till I call your name. For 10 points, give me the name of the book used in class that lists its contents in alphabetical order. Mark.
Dictionary.
The dictionary is one. What initials are used to refer to the emergency life-saving procedure known as cardiopulmonary? Oliver.
CPR.
CPR. Cardiopulmonary resuscitation. For 10 points, the disease known as pneumonia will cause an inflammation in which part of our respiratory? Marcy.
Bronchial tubes.
The judge has had mixed emotions on that and will not accept. All right. Move back to Jefferson. The disease known as pneumonia will cause inflammation in which part of our respiratory system? Oliver?
The lungs.
The lungs is more specific. For 10 points, how many degrees in a straight angle? Oliver?
180.
180. Here's a musical question. Let's listen. I'll ask you the question. Haven't read the question. Mark.
Bugs Bunny.
Bugs Bunny. It's the song that introduces what 50-year-old rabbit? Bugs Bunny. All right. He's 50. It's hard to believe. Doesn't look like a day over 30, wouldn't you say? For 10 points, here's the next question. Guinevere, Lancelot, and Merlin are all characters. Marcy.
England.
Incorrect. Jefferson. Guinevere, Lancelot, and Merlin are all characters in what famous story? Mark. Is Mark in? Mark, too late. Sorry, the time the buzzer hits you out. King Arthur. Knights of the Round Table. Merlin, oh Merlin, you know, what do I do, you know? All right. You'll now know that, right? For 10 points from math. If you were to walk the perimeter of a 1 square mile, how many miles? Mark.
4.
4 miles he walked. 10 points. What do you lose if you suffer from amnesia? Mark.
Memory.
Your memory. Two-parter. Need 2 answers. Which 2 gentlemen led the exploration of the American Northwest? Oliver.
Lewis and Clark.
Lewis and Clark. That was after the Louisiana Purchase. There's lots of territory. We didn't know what was on it, so Lewis and Clark went looking. For 10 points, in checking directions, if you are facing south, which direction is to your right? Oliver.
West.
The west. Go west, young man. Correct for 10. Which of our U.S. states once belonged to Russia? Oliver.
Alaska.
Alaska. Very good. How many amendments to the Constitution? I haven't finished, but Mark buzzed in.
22.
Incorrect for Wittman. How many amendments to the Constitution are contained in the Bill of Rights?
10.
Chang.
10.
10. Bill of Rights. For 10 points. What is the name of the first explorer to sail completely around? Mark.
Magellan.
Ferdinand Magellan. Circumnavigate the globe. Is correct. That's the end of the audio round. Now we move to the final video questions. 20 points here. Hands flat on the white palette and go for the buzzer. I'll show you the video, wait 3 seconds, and then ask you the question. You can win or lose depending on how the question's written. First video question, watch.
You'll realize that kind of your name goes down in history, and it's just really amazing.
She is from Southern California, and this 3-time gold medal winner in the Olympics will be training. I haven't finished the question. Michael.
Janet Evans.
Janet Evans. Let me get the question out there, Michael. The 3-time gold medal Olympic swimmer. She's training for the '92 Olympics, and she's from Placentia, California. Janet Evans, we wish her well in the new Olympics. The next one is 2 parts. Spell and use. Marcy.
Friend. F-R-I-E-N-D.
Okay. For Mark, the question was spell and use.
F-R-I-E-N-D. I have many friends.
Cannot accept because you used plural, and it was singular. Friend. I have only one friend. There's one. All right, we move along. For 20 points, watch your video. The Great Barrier Reef is located off the coast. Marcy.
Australia.
Of Australia is correct for 20. Next 20 points. Video question. What do we call the distance measured around a circle? Marcy.
Circumference.
The circumference is correct for 20. For 20 points, here's the next video. In 1961, Yuri Gagarin became the first human to travel in space. From what country is he? Oliver.
USSR.
Russia is correct for 20. USSR. 20-point video question. Watch your monitors. Here it is. From literature, Franklin Dixon has written a series of books about two young detectives. Mark.
The Hardy Boys.
The Hardy Boys is correct for 20. From current events, watch your monitors for 20. Queen Elizabeth of England lives in what palace? Oliver.
Buckingham Palace.
Buckingham Palace is correct. Watch your monitors. Here's the next video question. Haven't read it, Mark.
Indiana.
Indiana is correct. Names of U.S. cities in what U.S. state? Indiana. Gary, Indiana. There's a song, Gary, Indiana. Haven't read the question. Mark.
Oliver North.
Ollie North. The question was, he was found guilty of 3 criminal charges stemming from the Iran-Contra affair. Colonel Oliver North of the Marines. We move along to the next 20-point video. Haven't read it, Mark.
Declaration of Independence.
Incorrect for Wittman. The question is, what are the first 3 words to the preamble of the U.S. Constitution? Michael.
We the people.
We the people. Next for 20, here's the video question. What is the name of the fleece? Marcy.
Wool.
Wool is correct for 20 points. Got to be a little bit more louder there, Marcy. It was hard hearing you from this distance. We move along for 20 points. Watch. He's the first black American to hold the nation's highest military post. Oliver.
Powell.
Powell is correct. General Colin Powell. He is the chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff. Very good. We move along for 20 points.
Everett, up top.
What is the total length in yards of American football? Mark.
100.
100 yards. Video question for 20. Watch. Which of these is not reduced? Mark.
C.
C. 6/8 is correct. It can be 3/4. Video question for 20. Watch. Haven't read it. Marcy.
Fossils.
Fossils is correct for 20 points. These are the remains of animals that lived long ago. Fossils is correct. We now move to the final bonus question. First clue is worth 70. Second clue is worth 50. Third clue is worth 30. Let's see who can get this. Whitman, it's your decision to go for it when you think you've got it. Team captains may only buzz in. Team players, put your hands aside. Here, if you answer incorrectly, you're out of the round. The other team gets to answer at whatever clue level they desire. For 70 points, this small island nation is located northwest of mainland Europe. Which country? Marcy.
Iceland.
Iceland is incorrect. Jefferson, do you want to go to the second clue? Second clue, the highest point in this country is the Karantu Hill in the McGillicuddy's Reeks. Can you name this country? Oliver.
Ireland.
Ireland, the Emerald Isles. For the bonus and the game, we'll be back with the conclusion of our game after this message. Don't go too far away.
KidQuiz will be back.
One sure way to shake your blues, put yourself in someone else's shoes.
shoes. It could take less time than to clean your room or do homework. Well, I bet you never, ever, never knew such a really cool thing to do. Could be so simple and so quick. That's it. You can nominate yourself to be the most popular guy you'll ever see. It's much easier than multiplying fractions.
See you later, Dad. Thanks for signing my shoes.
Shoes?
That's it. Do there's something nice for someone else, bitch. That's it.
Hey, thanks.
They kind of needed it.
You're all right.
Have fun.
Doing something nice is doing something right. From the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints.
Although you may not make the evening news, you can put yourself in someone else's shoes and do the something nice for someone else, bitch. That's it. Do the something nice for someone else, bitch. That's it. Hey.
Hey, thanks.
Have fun.
Doing something nice is doing something right. From the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints.
KidQuiz is back.
We're back with the conclusion of our game. The final bonus question was the island of Ireland. It's called the Emerald Isle because it rains just about every day. We want to thank our friends from Wittmann. We thank them for a good game. Tell them hi from all of us down in Cerritos for me, okay? Thank you very much. Well, we congratulate Jefferson Elementary from Burbank. They move on to the semifinal round. Thank you for joining us, and join us again soon on KidQuiz. So long.